dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the New England Patriots. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, Tuesday.
They go play action now. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Gordon on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, Tuesday.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Rivers in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Back to throw. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Ryan. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 44 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here's Ryan. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jamison Crowder, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Now it's Patterson. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Lucky 56. Gone.
Now back to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
We do see this a lot from rookie quarterbacks, don't we? They kind of lock in on their intended target. A lot of times they establish that buddy, that guy they depend on, and boy, defenses zero in on it, don't they?
A little bit too telegraphed that time, and that's why it's knocked away. They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Here's a give to Miller. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, here's Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be third down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's into the clear. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Point after now from Sturgis. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And now out come the Patriots. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face a third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Tuesday. Wait. Hey, Rick Lance. 21. Get out. Wait. Everybody set.
Now Ryan on second down. Flushed out right. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They begin with a run by Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run it down out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Henry's got it out on the left side. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Left.
On second down, Ryan. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Gun! 39. On!
From the gun, it's Ryan. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56.
Now a handoff to Miller. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. New England on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for New England. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Now it's Patterson. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Wide open, Julian Edelman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw now on first down to Michel on the dump off. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll set up a throw. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll run with Miller. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Sturgis for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Now it's Patterson. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense. He
was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They're going to look to throw. They'll check this one down to Michel, and he gets it down to the 32. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. New England on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Forced out to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Ryan to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
His throw incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Deron Harmon makes the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
Let's go.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Jamison Crowder saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And this Charger offense is running away with this one. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
All right, here we go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Green 39! Green 39!
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
Now let's go! Green 39!
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, but I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Get up! 21! Hey, wait.
On 1st down, Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On the counter, here's Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Play action, Ryan. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw here. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returning, it's Benjamin. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Get up!
And they'll run it here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
54, Sam!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Let's go! Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it.